I'm no genius, but I'm smart in spots, and I stay around those spots well.
In order to achieve true success, you're going to have to make some big sacrifices in your life in order to really get what you want to get out of life. That's going to mean you're going to have to devote time to pursuing your goals and taking time out of your day to do things that truly matter to you. That doesn't mean you're going to spend time scrolling through your phone on social media or just hanging out with your friends for fun. That means you're going to take time and devote to pursuing your dreams and your goals and taking time out of your day to focus on that, to make sure that your goals and dreams are going to be achievable, because you're going to work hard during that time that you've allotted throughout your day. And it doesn't have to be a lot each day, just some time every single day to focus on your dreams.
I think that really is much more important, frankly, than having a few points of IQ.
Over time, all that time is going to add up to a big chunk of time, and then you will really see progress moved from your beginning to your end of your goal, because that's when you're going to achieve it, is at the end, where you've truly become successful and you've done everything that you wanted to because you were focused and you worked hard and you took time out of your day every day to make sure that it is getting done, and you were going to accomplish it no matter what, with that laser focus and that mentality of wanting to win every single day and constantly improving yourself every day. That will be the main difference between what is determined by your success or your failures. And you see, it's okay to fail. Just make sure that you never give up.
Take the job that you would take if you were independently wealthy. You're going to do well at it. Well, I was lucky that I got started early. I mean, it always helps if you get started early. And my dad happened to be in the investment business, so I would go down to his office on Saturdays. And so at age probably 7 or something, I started reading these books that were around the place. And so I had a 15-year jump on many people in a sense, and that helped a lot. And I was always fascinated by it. I knew what I wanted to do early, and I think that's a huge advantage too. And then you don't need a lot of brains in this business. I mean, I've always said if you got an IQ of 160, give away 30 points to somebody else, because you don't need it in investments. What you do need is emotional stability. You have to be able to think independently. When you come to a conclusion, you have to really not care what other people say and just follow the facts and follow your reasoning. And that's tough for a lot of people. That part I think I was just lucky with. I was born that way. It never bothered me if people disagreed with what I thought, as long as I felt I knew the facts. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things I don't know a thing about. I just stay away from those. So I stay within what I call my circle of competence. Tom Watson said it best. He said, I'm no genius, but I'm smart in spots, and I stay around those spots. Well, I try and stay around those spots, and I just don't have a problem if somebody says, you're wrong on something. I go back and look at the facts, and I think that really is much more important, frankly, than having a few points of IQ or having an extra course or two in school or anything of the sort. You need emotional stability. What kills great businesses, if you look at, I do believe in looking at history. I like to study failure, actually. And my partner says, all I want to know is where I'll die, so I'll never go there. And we want to see what has caused businesses to go bad. And the biggest thing that kills them is complacency. You want a restlessness, a feeling that, that somebody's always after you, but you're going to stay ahead of them. You always want to be on the move. And when you've got a great business, like Coca-Cola, which is, there aren't any like Coca-Cola, but the danger would always be that you rest on your laurels. But I see none of that, obviously, at Coca-Cola. But that is the key, to compete the same way when you've got 1.8 billion servings being sold daily as when you were selling 10 a day. And that restlessness, that belief that tomorrow is more exciting than today, you just have to have it permeate the organization.
8 years ago, I just turned 80. I never really talked to any graduation groups or anything of the sort. It was not on my bucket list particularly. I got invited to go to LaGuardia, and I met a truly remarkable group. Whether it was male, female, Hispanic, African American, whatever it might be, these people had one thing in common. They knew they had it in themselves. They knew they could be something beyond where they were. They were willing to put their time, their energies to better themselves. And behind them, as I saw when I got to the graduation on September 22nd, they had parents who were crying as their children received the degrees. They had spouses, they had siblings. It was one of the great experiences of my life. And at that point, I was hooked.
Well, I've said many times that if you get to be 65 or 70 and later, and the people that you want to have love you actually do love you, you're a success. I've never seen anybody that, if they have a lot of people that love them, is other than happy. And I've seen some very, very wealthy people that they give testimonial dinners to and name schools after and everything. Nobody loves them. You know, if they just learn to communicate better, both in writing and in person, they increase their value at least 50%. If you can't communicate, somebody says, you know, it's like winking at a girl in the dark. Nothing happens, you know, basically. And you have to be able to get forth your ideas. And that's relatively easy. I did it myself with the Dale Carnegie course. Some people wish I'd taken a shorter course, but it's just hugely important. And if you invest in yourself, nobody can take it away from you. I mean, the second thing, which I'll get a certain criticism for not living it, but I do tell those students, you know, if I gave you a car and it'd be the only car you get the rest of your life.
Thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let us know what you thought down in the comment section below.